This is Gene Keys, Skyserve, Texas News. The FBI arrests 5 Texas school officials in a test rigging scandal. The ElPasoTimes.com contributed to this report. In 2012, the El Paso Times exposed an effort by certain El Paso school district administrators to artificially inflate the district's assessment test scores in a variety of ways, including dismissing students, discouraging or denying students from attending or denying promotion for low-performing freshmen, and therefore preventing them from taking the 10th grade state test. After a 5.5-year investigation, the FBI arrests 5 current and former El Paso Independent School District educators on Wednesday morning on federal charges. They have been accused of attempting to defraud state and federal accountability programs through a widespread test rigging scheme. 2 administrators have already pleaded guilty to charges relating to the scandal. 2 ex-San Antonio cops are charged with tricking women into sex as part of a fake sting. Reuters.com contributed to this report. 2 former San Antonio police officers accused of luring women into a fake sex sting operation have been indicted on sexual assault and prostitution charges. Officials say the former patrol officers, Emmanuel Galajando and Alejandro Chapa, promised to pay the women $5,000 a day and then force them to have sex. More than 20 women replied to the officers' request for help with an undercover program that never existed, according to the Texas Rangers. The women said they were convinced that the undercover program was real. Each face up to 20 years in prison. The officers resigned from the San Antonio Police Department last year after a woman said she had been sexually assaulted by a law enforcement officer in June 2015. The lieutenant governor would support a bathroom bill like the one that recently passed in North Carolina. NBCDFW.com contributed to this report. Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick says he would support legislation for a so-called bathroom bill. The bill requires a person to use the public restroom corresponding to their sex on their birth certificate. He said, "This is not about equal rights. I don't want a man for any reason going into a woman's restroom or woman's locker room." Since North Carolina passed the legislation, the state has lost almost $40 million just in revenue. Companies have called for it to be repealed, and protests continue. This battle could come to Texas if a state lawmaker proposes a similar legislation. Equality Texas, the state's largest LGBT lobbying organization, has already spoken out against the petition. Equality Texas says Texans know which restroom to use. They don't need any help from the Texas legislature. Transgender people are not a threat. They are a group of individuals more likely to be the victims of assault than the perpetrator. Visit us on YouTube, Facebook, or Twitter at Skyserve News Service. This is Gene Keys, Skyserve Texas News.